Hey, dear listeners, welcome to Mind-Blowing Motive. Life is full of surprises, some good, some not so good. Imagine your car breaking down, a sudden medical bill, or even losing your job. These unexpected moments can throw anyone off balance, especially when money is tight. That's why having an emergency fund isn't just a smart idea, it's a financial lifeline. Many people think you need a high-paying job to start saving, but that's simply not true. Even with a low salary, you can slowly and steadily build a strong safety net. It's all about taking small, consistent steps and being smart with your money. In today's video, we'll explore 7 practical ways to build an emergency fund, no matter how much you earn. By the end, you'll see that financial security isn't about luck. It's about strategy, discipline, and a little creativity. So, let's dive in and learn how you can create a solid backup plan for life's unexpected twists. Way 1. Start small and stay consistent. When it comes to building an emergency fund on a low salary, the very first step is to start small and stay consistent. Many people delay saving because they think they need to set aside a big chunk of money all at once. This kind of thinking can stop you before you even begin. Here's the truth. Your emergency fund doesn't have to start with hundreds of dollars. Even putting away just $5, $10, or $20 each week can make a real difference over time. Think about it this way. If you save just $10 a week, that's $40 a month, and by the end of the year, you'll have nearly $500 saved up. That's enough to cover a small car repair, an unexpected medical bill, or groceries during a rough patch. The key here is to focus on building the habit of saving, not the amount itself. Habits are powerful. Once saving becomes part of your routine, you'll naturally start finding ways to save a little more. To make this work, treat your savings like a non-negotiable bill. Just like you pay your rent, phone bill, or utilities, pay your savings first. It doesn't matter how small the amount is at first. What matters is that you're consistently contributing. You can even make it automatic by setting up a direct transfer from your checking account to a separate savings account every payday. This way, you won't even have to think about it, and you'll be less tempted to spend that money. One powerful mindset shift is to celebrate small wins. When you save your first $50 or $100, take a moment to acknowledge it. You're building financial stability step by step, and that progress is worth celebrating. These little victories will keep you motivated to keep going, even when things feel slow. Also, try using a visual tracker to see your progress. This could be a simple chart, a jar where you drop coins and bills, or even a savings app that shows your growing balance. Seeing your progress grow right in front of you can be incredibly motivating and help you stay focused on your goal. Let's be honest. There will be weeks when saving feels almost impossible, especially if you're living paycheck to paycheck. During those times, don't beat yourself up. If you can't save as much one week, save whatever you can, even if it's just $1. The important thing is to keep the habit alive. Skipping a week entirely can break your rhythm and make it harder to get back on track. Another tip is to start with a micro goal. Instead of aiming for the often recommended 3 to 6 months of living expenses right away, which can feel overwhelming, start with a much smaller target, like $100 or $250. Once you hit that first goal, move on to the next. These small, achievable milestones will make the journey feel less intimidating and help you stay motivated. Remember, building an emergency fund isn't about perfection. It's about progress. Even the smallest consistent effort will grow over time. Think of it like planting a seed. At first it seems tiny and insignificant, but with care and patience, it grows into something strong and reliable. Your emergency fund works the same way. So, start today with whatever you can. Even if it's just the change in your pocket, take that first step. Over time, your small savings will add up, and you'll gain not just financial stability, but also peace of mind, knowing you're ready for whatever life throws your way. By starting small and staying consistent, you're laying the foundation for a strong, dependable safety net that will protect you and your loved ones in the future. Way 2. Cut back on non-essential spending. One of the most effective ways to build an emergency fund, especially when you're on a low salary, is to take a close look at where your money is going and start cutting back on non-essential spending. Many people think they don't have enough to save because their paycheck disappears so quickly. But often, it's not about how much you earn. It's about how much you keep. By making a few small changes, you can free up extra cash to grow your emergency fund faster than you ever thought possible. Start by tracking your expenses for at least 2 weeks. Write down every single thing you spend money on, no matter how small. This includes your morning coffee, takeout lunches, subscription services, or even random impulse buys at the store. When you see your spending patterns laid out in front of you, you might be surprised at how much money is slipping through the cracks on things that aren't absolutely necessary. This step isn't about judging yourself. It's about becoming aware of where your money is going so you can make smarter choices moving forward. Once you know where your money is going, categorize your expenses into needs and wants. Needs are essentials like rent, utilities, groceries, and transportation. Wants are things like streaming subscriptions, dining out, fancy coffees, or new clothes you don't really need. Now here's the key. You don't have to cut out all your wants completely. That would feel too restrictive and make you more likely to give up. Instead, start trimming gradually. For example, if you usually eat out 3 times a week, cut it down to once and cook at home the other nights. If you subscribe to multiple streaming services, pick just one or rotate between them every few months. Even cutting back on small things like daily coffee runs can make a big difference. Imagine you spend $5 on coffee every workday. That's $25 a week, or $100 a month. If you cut that in half by brewing coffee at home, you could save $50 each month. That's $600 a year added to your emergency fund. Another powerful strategy is to set a no-spend challenge. Pick a week or even a whole month where you commit to spending money only on essentials. This not only boosts your savings, but also helps you reset your spending habits and discover what you truly need versus what you just want out of habit. Subscriptions and automatic payments are sneaky budget drainers. Go through your bank statement and look for anything you're paying for, but don't really use. Maybe it's a gym membership you haven't touched in months, a magazine subscription you forgot about, or a streaming service you rarely watch. Canceling these can free up money immediately, and you won't even miss them after a while. Be mindful of impulse spending. Stores and online shops are designed to tempt you with flashy sales and limited-time offers. Before making any unplanned purchase, pause and ask yourself, do I really need this? Or do I just want it right now? Another trick is to wait 24 hours before buying something that isn't essential. More often than not, you'll realize you don't actually need it, and that money can instead go straight to your emergency fund. You can also get creative with free or low-cost alternatives to things you normally pay for. Instead of going to the movies, have a movie night at home. Swap expensive nights out with friends for potluck dinners or game nights. Use your local library for books and movies instead of buying or renting them. These small lifestyle changes not only save money, but can also be fun and fulfilling. The key is to redirect every dollar you save from cutting back directly into your emergency fund. If you just leave it in your checking account, it's too easy to spend it on something else. Think of this as giving your savings a purpose. Every time you cut back on a non-essential purchase, transfer that amount immediately to your savings account and watch your emergency fund grow. Remember, this isn't about depriving yourself or never having fun again. It's about making smarter choices today so you'll be financially secure tomorrow. By cutting back on non-essential spending and prioritizing your savings, you'll discover that you actually have more control over your finances than you ever realized. Over time, these small intentional changes will add up, bringing you closer to the peace of mind that comes with having a solid emergency fund. Way 3. Set a clear goal and make a plan. One of the most powerful motivators for building an emergency fund is having a clear, specific goal. Many people start saving without knowing exactly how much they need, and this lack of direction makes it easy to lose focus or give up when progress feels slow. If you don't have a target, you won't know whether you're on track or how close you are to success. That's why the first step in this process is to decide exactly how much you want in your emergency fund and create a step-by-step plan to reach it. So, how do you figure out your goal amount? A common recommendation is to save 3 to 6 months' worth of living expenses. This provides a strong safety net in case of job loss, medical emergencies, or other unexpected situations. But if you're living on a low salary, that number might feel overwhelming. Don't worry. You don't have to reach it all at once. Instead, start small. Your first milestone could be as simple as saving $500. That might not sound like much, but it's enough to cover many common emergencies, like fixing a flat tire, paying for a doctor visit, or replacing a broken appliance. Once you hit $500, aim for $1,000, then $2,000, and so on. Breaking your goal into smaller, manageable chunks will make the process feel less intimidating and keep you motivated along the way. Now that you have a target, it's time to make a plan. Start by calculating your essential monthly expenses, things like rent or mortgage, utilities, groceries, transportation, and insurance. This will help you understand how much money you truly need to survive for 1 month. For example, if your necessary expenses total $1,500 per month, a 3-month emergency fund would be $4,500. Knowing this number gives you a clear vision of what you're working toward. Next, decide how much you can realistically save each week or month. Even if it's just $10 or $20 at first, write it down and commit to it. The key is to be consistent. If you want to speed up the process, look for ways to increase that amount whenever possible. You might use a tax refund, a bonus at work, or extra income from a side gig to give your savings a boost. To stay motivated, visualize your progress. Create a chart, thermometer tracker, or even a simple spreadsheet where you can update your balance regularly. Watching your emergency fund grow little by little will keep you focused and excited about reaching your goal. Some people even use jars or envelopes to physically separate their savings, which can make progress feel more tangible. Another important part of planning is setting rules for your emergency fund. This money should be for true emergencies only, not vacations, shopping sprees, or holiday gifts. Think of it as your financial safety net for unexpected situations like medical bills, urgent car repairs, or sudden job loss. Being strict about this rule will ensure that your hard-earned savings are there when you truly need them. You can also make your savings plan more effective by using the SMART goal method. SMART stands for specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. Instead of saying, "I want to save money," you might say, "I will save $1,000 in the next 6 months by putting away $40 each week." This type of goal is clear, trackable, and realistic, making it much easier to follow through. To make saving automatic, set up a separate savings account dedicated solely to your emergency fund. Many banks allow you to schedule automatic transfers on payday. This set it and forget it method takes away the temptation to spend the money elsewhere because you never see it sitting in your main checking account. Life will always have surprises, and sometimes your progress might slow down due to unexpected expenses. Don't get discouraged if this happens. Simply adjust your plan, keep saving what you can, and remember that every dollar brings you closer to financial security. Having a clear goal and a solid plan gives you direction and confidence. It transforms saving from a vague idea into a meaningful mission. Each small step you take will build not only your emergency fund, but also your sense of control over your future. With a focused goal and a realistic strategy, you'll be prepared for life's challenges and on your way to creating lasting financial peace of mind. Way 4. Boost your income with side hustles. When you're living on a low salary, cutting expenses can only take you so far. At some point, you might need to increase the amount of money coming in to build your emergency fund faster. That's where side hustles come in. A side hustle is any extra source of income you can earn outside of your regular job. It doesn't have to be big or permanent, just something that helps you bring in a little extra cash each week or month. Even an extra $50 to $100 a month can make a huge difference over time when you're trying to grow your savings. The first step is to identify your skills, talents, and interests. Think about what you're good at or what you enjoy doing. Are you great at writing, teaching, or organizing? Do you love animals, crafting, or technology? There are countless ways to turn your skills into extra income. For example, if you like pets, you could offer dog walking or pet sitting services. If you're skilled at writing or design, you could do freelance work online. Even simple services like babysitting, cleaning houses, or running errands for busy people can bring in extra money. Thanks to the internet, there are also many online side hustles you can explore. Websites like Upwork, Fiverr, or TaskRabbit connect you with people who need help with everything from data entry to voiceover work. If you have a car, you could sign up to drive for companies like Uber or Lyft, or deliver food through apps like DoorDash or Uber Eats. These jobs are flexible and allow you to work whenever you have free time, making them ideal for people with unpredictable schedules. Another option is to sell items you no longer need. Go through your home and look for clothes, electronics, furniture, or other items in good condition that you don't use anymore. You can sell them online through Facebook Marketplace, eBay, or local community apps. Not only will this give you extra cash to put into your emergency fund, but it will also help you declutter your space and create a more organized home environment. If you enjoy learning and sharing knowledge, consider tutoring or teaching online. Many parents are willing to pay for extra help with their children's schoolwork, and there are platforms where you can teach subjects like English, math, or even music. This can be especially rewarding if you like working with people and want to make a positive impact while earning extra money. The key to making a side hustle work is to dedicate that extra income solely to your emergency fund. It can be tempting to spend your new earnings on fun things, but remember your bigger goal. Pretend this extra money doesn't even exist for daily spending and immediately transfer it into your savings account. By doing this, you'll see your emergency fund grow much faster. It's also important to set realistic expectations. You don't have to work every free moment of your life or take on multiple side jobs at once. Start small, maybe just a few hours each week, and gradually increase your efforts as you get comfortable. The goal is to earn extra money without burning yourself out or neglecting your well-being. If you're struggling to find ideas, think creatively. For example, if you live in a neighborhood with lots of busy families, you could offer to mow lawns, shovel snow, or wash cars. If you enjoy crafting, you could create handmade items and sell them on Etsy. If you have a smartphone and a little extra time, you could even take paid online surveys or test apps and websites for small payouts. While these won't make you rich, every little bit adds up. Remember, boosting your income doesn't have to be forever. Once you've built up your emergency fund to a comfortable level, you can scale back or even stop your side hustle if you want. But during this savings phase, that extra income can give you the momentum you need to reach your goal much faster. By taking advantage of your skills, free time, and available resources, you can create new streams of income that will help you break free from financial stress. This proactive step not only grows your savings, but also builds your confidence, showing you that you have the power to change your financial future, even on a limited salary. Way 5. Automate your savings. One of the smartest and easiest ways to build an emergency fund, even on a low salary, is to automate the saving process. When money is tight, it's tempting to skip saving because you feel like you need every dollar for bills and daily expenses. But here's the thing. If you wait until the end of the month to save whatever is left over, there's a good chance there won't be anything left at all. That's why paying yourself first is so important, and automation makes it effortless. When you automate your savings, you remove the need for willpower and decision-making. The process happens automatically, just like paying a bill. Many banks allow you to set up recurring transfers from your checking account to a separate savings account. For example, you can schedule a transfer of $10, $20, or whatever amount you can afford to move every payday. The moment your paycheck hits your account, a small portion is immediately sent to your emergency fund before you even have the chance to spend it. The beauty of automation is that it turns saving into a habit without requiring extra effort. You don't have to remember to do it, and you won't feel tempted to spend the money because you'll barely notice it's gone. It's like putting your savings on autopilot. Even a tiny automatic transfer adds up over time. If you save just $15 a week, that's nearly $800 in a year without you having to think about it. To make this strategy even more effective, keep your emergency fund in a separate, dedicated account that isn't connected to your everyday spending. A regular checking account makes it too easy to dip into your savings when you see the balance sitting there. Instead, choose a savings account that's slightly harder to access, such as an online bank or a credit union. Some people even open a savings account at a completely different bank so it feels out of sight, out of mind. Another great option is to use a bank account with round-up features. Some apps and banks automatically round up your purchases to the nearest dollar and transfer the extra change into your savings. For example, if you spend $4.25 on coffee, it rounds up to $5 and puts 75 cents into your emergency fund. This is a painless way to grow your savings without feeling like you're sacrificing anything. If your job offers direct deposit, see if you can split your paycheck so a small percentage goes straight into your emergency fund. This is one of the easiest and most foolproof ways to save because you never even see that money in your regular checking account. For instance, if you earn $500 per week, you could have $25 automatically sent to your savings account every payday. You won't miss that small amount, but over time, it will create a solid financial cushion. The key is to start with an amount that feels manageable. If you set the automatic transfer too high, you might feel stressed or tempted to cancel it. Begin with a small amount, like $5 or $10, and gradually increase it as you get more comfortable. The goal is to make saving painless so you can stick with it long term. Automating your savings also helps you stay consistent during tough times. When life gets busy or stressful, it's easy to forget about saving or convince yourself you'll start again next month. Automation removes that excuse. Even during months when money is tight, you'll still be making progress, no matter how small. To keep yourself motivated, check your balance periodically to see how much you've saved. Watching your emergency fund grow, even slowly, can give you a sense of pride and accomplishment. Each time you see the numbers go up, you'll feel more secure and confident about your financial future. Think of automation as your silent financial partner, working behind the scenes to protect you. It ensures that saving becomes a regular, non-negotiable part of your budget, just like paying rent or buying groceries. Over time, these small, automatic deposits will build into a powerful safety net, giving you peace of mind and preparing you for whatever challenges life may bring. By setting up an automated system today, you take a huge step toward financial freedom. You'll no longer have to rely on willpower alone, and your emergency fund will grow steadily, even if your salary is modest. This simple strategy can transform your savings journey, turning small, consistent actions into life-changing results. Way 6. Use windfalls and extra money wisely. One of the fastest ways to grow your emergency fund, even when you live on a low salary, is to take advantage of windfalls and extra money. A windfall is any unexpected or irregular money you receive, like a tax refund, a bonus at work, a gift, or even cash from selling items you no longer need. Most people tend to spend these surprise amounts right away, often on things they don't truly need. But if you redirect even part of that money into your emergency fund, you can make huge progress without affecting your regular budget. Here's the thing. Windfalls are powerful because they're extra money you weren't counting on. Since it's not part of your normal paycheck, you won't feel the same level of sacrifice when you save it. For example, let's say you get a $300 tax refund. Instead of using it all for fun or impulse purchases, commit to putting at least half, or ideally all of it, directly into your emergency fund. That single decision could jumpstart your savings in a way that might take months to achieve through regular deposits alone. To make this work, adopt a 50-50 rule, or even a 75-25 rule. For instance, you could save 50% of every windfall and allow yourself to enjoy the other 50%. This approach strikes a balance. You're rewarding yourself while also staying focused on your bigger financial goal. Over time, these occasional boosts can help your emergency fund grow surprisingly fast. It's also important to recognize all sources of extra money, even small ones. Maybe you receive cash as a birthday gift, win a small prize, or get a refund from overpaying a bill. These little amounts might seem insignificant, but they add up. By treating every unexpected dollar as an opportunity to strengthen your financial safety net, you'll see your savings grow steadily without putting extra strain on your regular paycheck. Another great way to create extra money is by selling things you no longer use. Look around your home. Do you have clothes you haven't worn in years, electronics gathering dust, or furniture you don't need anymore? Selling these items on platforms like Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, or eBay can bring in cash quickly. It's like turning clutter into financial security. Plus, having a clean, organized space will reduce stress and make you feel more in control of your life. You can also treat annual or seasonal bonuses as emergency fund boosters. If your job provides a holiday bonus or occasional performance bonus, plan in advance to save most of it. Many people fall into the trap of lifestyle inflation, spending more just because they're earning more. But by directing these one-time earnings into your emergency fund, you'll be building long-term stability instead of short-term pleasure. For some people, even small cost savings can feel like extra money. Let's say you recently paid off a small debt or canceled a subscription. Instead of letting that extra $20 or $30 get absorbed into daily spending, redirect it straight to your savings. Treat it as money you never had and continue living as though the bill still exists, only now it's funding your emergency plan. Another clever strategy is to automate windfall deposits when possible. For example, if you expect a tax refund, set up your bank account so the refund goes directly to your savings account instead of checking. This removes temptation and ensures you don't accidentally spend it before you can save it. However, it's important to avoid one common mistake. Don't rely solely on windfalls to build your emergency fund. They should be treated as an accelerator, not your only strategy. If you wait around for big chunks of money to come your way, your progress will be inconsistent. Combine windfall savings with regular small contributions to create a steady and reliable growth plan. Using extra money wisely also requires a mindset shift. Instead of viewing unexpected cash as an excuse to splurge, see it as a gift to your future self. Ask yourself, would I rather enjoy a quick treat today or feel secure and stress-free when life throws me a challenge? Most of the time, the peace of mind that comes from a strong emergency fund far outweighs the short-lived joy of an impulse purchase. By making a habit of channeling windfalls and surprise earnings into your emergency fund, you'll give your savings a major boost without having to cut deeper into your regular budget. Over time, these smart choices will compound, helping you reach your financial safety net faster and with less stress. Remember, every extra dollar is an opportunity. Use it wisely, and your future self will thank you. Way 7. Build a save-first mindset and stay motivated. The final and perhaps most important step to building an emergency fund, especially on a low salary, is to develop a save-first mindset. While strategies like cutting expenses, automating savings, or using windfalls are powerful, they only work if you approach saving with the right mindset. Without a strong mental foundation, it's easy to fall back into old habits or lose motivation when progress feels slow. A save-first mindset means making saving a priority, not an afterthought. Too often people think of saving as something they'll do if there's anything left over at the end of the month. But the truth is, there's rarely anything left because daily expenses and temptations always seem to grow. Instead, flip that thinking around. Treat saving like paying a mandatory bill. You do it first, no matter what. Even if it's just $5 or $10, put it aside the moment you get paid. This shift alone can transform your financial future. To strengthen this mindset, start by clearly defining your why. Ask yourself, why am I building this emergency fund? Maybe it's to protect your family, avoid debt, or stop feeling anxious about unexpected bills. Write down your reason and keep it somewhere visible, on your fridge, in your wallet, or as a note on your phone. Whenever you feel tempted to spend instead of save, remind yourself of the bigger picture. A strong why will help you stay disciplined, even when things get tough. It's also important to set realistic expectations. Building an emergency fund takes time, especially when you're starting with a low salary. Don't get discouraged if your balance grows slowly at first. Every single dollar you save is progress. Imagine your fund like a snowball. At first, it's small and barely noticeable, but as you keep rolling it, it gets bigger and bigger. Be patient and trust the process. One way to stay motivated is to track your progress visually. Humans are wired to respond to visual cues, so create a savings tracker that shows how close you are to your next goal. You can draw a thermometer on paper, use a jar and fill it with coins or marbles, or download a savings app that updates automatically. Watching your progress grow will give you a sense of accomplishment and keep you excited about saving. Another powerful motivation tool is to reward yourself for milestones, but do it wisely. For example, when you save your first $500, treat yourself to something small and meaningful, like a special coffee or a movie night at home. The key is to keep the reward modest so it doesn't undo your progress. These small celebrations help you stay engaged and make the journey feel less like a chore. Surrounding yourself with a supportive environment is just as crucial. If you have friends or family members who are also trying to save money, consider sharing your goals with them. You could even start a friendly challenge to see who can reach a certain savings milestone first. Having someone to cheer you on, or keep you accountable, makes it easier to stay on track. At the same time, be aware of negative influences. If certain friends pressure you to spend money you don't have or make you feel bad about budgeting, it's okay to set boundaries. Politely explain your goals and suggest free or low-cost ways to hang out instead. Protecting your financial progress sometimes means saying no to things that don't align with your priorities. Building a save-first mindset also involves training yourself to delay gratification. Instead of making impulse purchases, practice waiting 24 to 48 hours before buying something non-essential. Often, you'll find that the desire fades, and you'd rather put that money toward your emergency fund. Over time, this habit will help you become more intentional with every dollar you spend. Finally, remember to focus on the long-term benefits. Your emergency fund isn't just about money, it's about peace of mind and freedom. Imagine how it will feel to face an unexpected car repair or medical bill without panicking. Picture yourself sleeping better at night because you know you have a safety net. These emotional rewards are just as important as the financial ones and will keep you motivated when progress feels slow. By adopting a save-first mindset, you're not just building an emergency fund, you're reprogramming the way you think about money. You're choosing stability over stress, preparation over panic, and future security over temporary pleasure. This mental shift is the foundation for lasting financial success. Stay consistent, stay focused, and keep believing in yourself. No matter how small your salary is, with the right mindset and steady effort, you can create an emergency fund that protects you and your loved ones from life's unexpected challenges. Your journey may take time, but every step you take brings you closer to true financial peace and independence. Final words. Building an emergency fund may seem challenging at first, especially when you're living on a tight budget. But remember, it's not about how much you save at once. It's about being consistent and disciplined with whatever amount you can set aside. Even the smallest steps today can grow into a powerful safety net that protects you from financial stress tomorrow. Think of it as a gift to your future self, a way to gain peace of mind and freedom from worry. So, loving listeners, start today. Don't wait for the perfect time, because that moment may never come. Take action now, even if it's just saving $1. Your journey to financial security begins with that very first step. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to Mind-Blowing Motive for more simple, motivational, and life-changing tips. Your future self will thank you.